Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25, Number 21 Finn Harding, NHL Defense Prospect Analysis. Finn Harding's journey to the Pittsburgh Penguins prospect pool is a story of perseverance and potential, but it's also a reminder of how challenging it is to rise from a late-round draft pick to an NHL regular. Ranked number 21 in the 2025 Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 list, Harding represents a piece of the Jake Guentzel trade and a player who has faced a tough college season but continues to develop steadily. If you want to catch up on the rest of this year's countdown, here are some previous entries. Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25. Graduates and departed players in 2025. Top 25 Under 25. The best of the rest. Number 25, Quinn Beauchene. Number 24, Cruz Lucius. Number 23, Travis Hayes. Number 22, Brady Harding. Born March 2, 2005, is 20 years old and was selected by the Penguins in the 7th round. 223rd overall in the 2024 NHL Draft. Standing 6'2" and weighing 192 pounds, he's a defenseman who has been part of Pittsburgh's strategy to deepen their defensive prospects. A priority for general manager Kyle Dubas since he took over hockey operations. The Penguins' 2024 draft class leaned heavily on defense, with 4 of 6 picks playing on the back end. Harding was one of the few over-age players chosen that year, meaning he was drafted a year later than most of his peers. His junior career in the Ontario Hockey League (OHL) with Mississauga and Brampton showed consistent improvement in offensive output, which is encouraging for a defenseman. But here's where it gets controversial. While Harding's point production improved, scouts have expressed doubts about his puck-handling skills at higher levels. Corey Pronman of The Athletic noted that Harding skates well and is effective defensively in junior hockey, but there are questions about how his puck skills will translate against more experienced physical competition. Similarly, Dauber Hockey described him as a defense-first player with a strong stride, but not particularly flashy with the puck. They highlighted that Harding started his OHL career later than most, which might explain his slower development curve. Dauber Hockey also pointed out that Harding's 30 few points in 68 OHL games look more impressive when you consider his late start. However, they emphasize that he needs to become more assertive on the ice, especially in transition play, where he tends to wait for the play rather than take initiative. The part most people miss is how much Harding has worked to improve all facets of his game. Penguins Director of Player Development Tom Kostopoulos praised his adaptability and growth during the recent prospect camp. Kostopoulos highlighted Harding's willingness to learn, his improved skating, and his ability to handle various roles, from penalty killing to power play minutes. Despite skating speed being an area for ongoing improvement, Harding's dedication and steady progress are promising signs. It's important to remember that 7th-round picks like Harding face long odds to make the NHL, let alone become regular contributors. The chances of finding an all-star at this stage are slim, so while Harding's development is encouraging, realistic expectations are necessary. His defensive game will need to be exceptional to overcome concerns about his skating and playmaking abilities. Currently, the Penguins still rely on veterans Chris Letang and Erik Karlsson on the right side of their defense, but both are unlikely to be with the team in a few years. Harrison Brunnicki is the top right-side defensive prospect, but Harding is making a strong case to add depth to that position in the organization's prospect pool. So far, Harding has only played 3 games in the ECHL, making this upcoming season a critical test as he transitions to professional hockey full-time. How he performs and continues to develop will be key in determining whether he evolves into a legitimate NHL prospect or remains a typical 7th-round pick filling out minor league rosters. What do you think? Can a late bloomer like Harding defy the odds and carve out a meaningful NHL career? Or are the concerns about his puck skills and skating too significant to overcome? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below. Penguins prospect Travis Hayes, rising star in the OHL. Travis Hayes, at number 23, in the ongoing 2025 edition of our Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 Countdown. We turn our attention to Travis Hayes, a promising prospect from the Soo Greyhounds. The Pittsburgh Penguins are optimistic that Travis can mirror the success of his brother, Avery Hayes, who is also a part of the Penguins organization. Previous entries recap. Before diving into Travis's profile, let's take a moment to revisit the earlier entries in this year's countdown. Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25, Graduates and Departed Players in 2025. Read more. https:///24472-600/ Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25, Graduates and Departed Players in 2025. Top 25 Under 25. 25. Quinn Beauchamp. Read more at www.pensburgh.com/2025/under25 Quinn Beauchamp. Oceans. Read more at www.pensburgh.com/2025 Top 25 Under 25. No 25. Quinn Beauchamp. Read more at www.pensburgh.com/2025 Top 25 Under 25. Oh, age 17, born on September 3, 2007. Drafted 2025 NHL Draft, Round 4, 150. Travis Hayes was selected by the Penguins in the 4th round of the recent draft, joining his brother Avery, who is also a Penguins prospect, and Gavin Hayes, who is with the Chicago Blackhawks. Notably, players eligible for the draft must turn 18 by September 15th, and Travis narrowly missed this cutoff, making him one of the youngest prospects available this year. The Penguins are eager to see how Travis develops as he embarks on his 3rd season with the Soo Greyhounds, a team that Kyle Dubas, the Penguins' general manager, previously managed before moving up to the NHL. Last season, Hayes showcased his talent by ranking 5th in scoring for the Greyhounds, netting 21 goals and providing 30 assists for a total of 51 points across 65 regular season games. He averaged 17 minutes 23 minutes of ice time per game, contributing on both the power play, 158 per game, and penalty kill, 112 per game. In the playoffs, he continued to impress, scoring 3 goals in 5 games during the first round against the Windsor Spitfires before the Greyhounds were eliminated. Scouting report. According to the Elite Prospects 2025 NHL Draft Guide, Hayes is known for his aggressive playing style. Hayes drives the net, secures inside positioning against defenders, and effectively screens the goalie, often battling larger opponents. He is quick to retrieve the puck when it deflects off the boards, regaining possession and setting up his teammates. His ability to create turnovers by pressuring defenders during forechecks and in the neutral zone is noteworthy, forcing them into hurried decisions. Kyle Raftis, the general manager of the Soo Greyhounds, praised Hayes, stating he has a knack for getting under the skin of his opponents, possesses a remarkable shot, and consistently finds ways to score in tight areas. His confidence in his abilities is evident, and he excels in crucial situations, whether on the power play or penalty kill. When asked to describe his playing style, Hayes remarked, "I think I play more like Avery, I would say, his feistiness and his skill with the puck." Reflecting on the Greyhounds' unexpected success in the latter part of the 2025-26 season, where they won 9 out of 15 games to secure a playoff spot, Hayes expressed pride in their achievement, stating, "Being an undersized player and an underdog, we weren't expected to make the playoffs, so earning that spot was incredibly rewarding for our team." Future prospects. As development camp kicks off, Hayes is eager to showcase his skills. Dubas has already hinted at the possibility of pairing Travis and Avery on the same line during the upcoming Prospects Challenge in Buffalo, a move that has sparked excitement among fans and analysts alike. Other members of the Penguins organization have echoed this sentiment, with Wes Clark, the vice president of player personnel, noting, "He's very competitive. Hungry and a strong shooter who loves to score. He shares that underdog mentality with his brother. Tom Kostopoulos, the director of player development, added, Avery's journey to earning his NHL contract is impressive, and Travis seems to embody that same competitive spirit. It's clear that this family has a strong work ethic ingrained in them. Travis Hayes will not be eligible to play full-time in the AHL until he turns 20 in 2027, meaning he will spend the next 2 seasons honing his skills in the OHL. Dubas assured him, "We're committed to your development, especially since you're with the Sioux, and we want you to excel with the Greyhounds." With an impressive start to his career, ranking 5th in points on a playoff-bound team, Hayes is poised for a promising future. As the Greyhounds prepare for the upcoming season, they are expected to be a formidable force in the OHL, especially with the potential return of Brady Martin, who has developed a strong connection with Hayes on the ice. Coach John Dean has noted their chemistry, stating, "They work hard for each other and have an instinctive understanding on the ice." As Hayes looks forward to more playing time alongside Martin, he aims to elevate his game and take significant strides toward reaching the next level in his hockey career. Sam Poulin, fallen first-round pick, Penguins Top 25 Under 25 breakdown. Imagine the roller coaster of emotions that comes with being a first-round draft pick, only to see your career trajectory take a sharp turn. That's the story of Sam Poulin, our number 20 on the Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 list for 2025. Let's dive into his journey, which has been anything but straightforward. First, let's catch up on the previous entries for this year. Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25. Graduates and departed players in 2025. https www.pensburgh.com/2025/2447260 Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 Graduates and Departed Players in 2025. Top 25 Under 25. The best of the rest. https www.pensburgh.com/2025/2444065 Top 25 Under 25 Best of Rest Penguins Top Prospects, Charlie Trefway, Daniel Latch, Ryan Miller. 23. Travis Hayes, https://www.pensburgh.com/2025-729-44599 Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 No 23. Number 22. Brady Peddle, https://www.pensburgh.com/2025-730 Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 No 22 Brady Peddle, Penguins, NHL Hockey. Number 21. Finn Harding, https://2025-731-2447813 Pensburgh Top 25 Under 25 No 21 Sam Poulin, LW, ranking 8th, https://2024-824-4227057 Pensburgh Top 25 No 8 Sam Poulin, age 24, age February 25, 2001, acquired via 2019 NHL Draft, Round 1, Pick 21, height and weight 6'1", 213 pounds, Elite Prospects resume, https://www.eliteprospects:/290171. The good news is that Poulin set career highs in goals, 19, assists, 24, and points, 43, last season. The catch? Those impressive stats came from the American Hockey League. Poulin did manage to play in a single season high of 7 NHL games last season, but it wasn't a smooth ride. He only recorded 2 shots on goal, neither of which found the back of the net, generated a single assist, played about 10 minutes per night, and was back out of the NHL until the final game of the season. This year marks Poulin's final appearance on the Pensburgh T25 U25 list, and it might be a year too late. Poulin cleared waivers in October 2024 and is facing the very real possibility of ending up on the waiver wire again following this training camp. The Pens have signed forwards like Anthony Mantha and Justin Brazeau, and they already have an abundance of lower line options like Kevin Hayes, Blake Lizotte, Noah Lacciari, Danton Heinen, Phil Tomasino, and Connor Dewar, just to name a few. Poulin is a victim of the numbers game on the roster, but also a case of stalled development that has come to a standstill over the past few years. The reasons behind this stagnation are a perfect storm of unpredictable and sometimes uncontrollable events. There was a global pandemic that zapped crucial time in some formative years shortly after his draft. There were injuries and a mental health absence to attend to in recent times. There were bigger issues in play too. Skating and pace were question marks dating back to the pre-draft process, and Poulin never advanced in those areas to NHL caliber, which ended up limiting his effectiveness. It wasn't for a lack of trying or that far. After all, he's developed enough to become a quality AHL player in the past few seasons. It's that very fine line between being very, very good and being absolutely elite and at the top of the entire sport that separates those who can make it to the NHL and those that don't. It's been trending that way for Poulin for some time, and now in his final T25 U25 profile, it's about time to call the process as over as far as living up to the billing of a first-round pick. Thus, the massive slide down the list in the rankings. Poulin is a player who has organizational value and can be brought up to the NHL for a spell when injuries hit. But he's unlikely to make much of an impact beyond being a solid AHL player and NHL fill-in. He's also looking at becoming a Group 6 unrestricted free agent, barring playing 67 NHL regular season games this season, and could be seeing his time in the Pens organization wrapping up sometime with the next 10 months in a variety of ways between waiver claim, trade, or leaving in free agency. Unfortunately, that can be a common endpoint for mid-late first-round picks. It always starts with some promise, but players picked in this area are no guarantee to make significant NHL impacts. There was added importance to Poulin since he was one of the few first-round picks that the Pens had kept for themselves in the 2015-23 range. The team badly needed an infusion of young talent and to find a young piece through the 2019 draft, but it didn't quite work out that way. Though, ironically, a player that Pittsburgh could have drafted when they picked Sam Poulin was Phil Tomasino, a player the Pens picked up for a fourth-round pick. In just over half a season, Tomasino managed to score almost as many goals for the Pens, 11, as Poulin has NHL games played, 13, to at least salvage some sort of contribution from the 2019 draft class. That's a silver lining in that cloud. But for Poulin's case, he is going to have a great training camp to stay relevant for this season in the NHL plans. Between Philip Hallander, Boko Imama, and Jonah Kapanen, there will be a lot of competition for lower-line wingers on the fringe of the NHL-AHL divide where Poulin will fit into somewhere. It would be a surprise if Poulin can end up doing more than that and do the unlikely to force himself into a bigger NHL role than expected after all this time. But here's where it gets controversial. Do you think Poulin's career trajectory could have been different if not for the pandemic and injuries? Or is this just a case of a player who didn't quite have what it takes to make it to the top? And this is the part most people miss. The Pens' decision to draft Poulin was a gamble, and sometimes gambles don't pay off. But what if they had drafted Tomasino instead? Would that have changed the course of the team's history? These are the questions that keep hockey fans up at night, and we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let the debate begin.